Following Trey Lance's season-ending ankle injury, the 49ers saw an opportunity and seized it with Jimmy Garoppolo. Unfortunately for them, Garoppolo broke his foot during the 49ers game against the Dolphins in Week 13. Thankfully, Brock Purdy stepped in as Jimmy's replacement, and he did really well for someone who was sidelined and called irrelevant. Stay tuned as we take a look at this and a surprising comment Purdy made about Tom Brady. First up, let's look at Jimmy Garoppolo's injury. After the 49ers' 33-17 victory over the Dolphins, Coach Kyle Shanahan made the announcement about their quarterback's injury. Fans were ecstatic about the victory, but Garoppolo's injury was something that almost overshadowed it. The injury happened unexpectedly in the 11th minute of the fourth quarter. Two Dolphins, Jerome Baker and Jalen Phillips, came down on Garoppolo to sack him. Even though this is fairly common, things went wrong when the 49ers quarterback's left foot became stuck beneath Phillips's. As a result, Jimmy was forced to limp to the sidelines before being carted to the locker room to further examine the damage done to him on the field. Unfortunately for 49ers fans, Jimmy G did not return to the game and only attempted 4 passes in total. Given everything they've been through, this situation is extremely sad for both Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers. The quarterback is expected to be a free agent at the end of the season, while the 49ers needed to replace Trey Lance. It was going really well for both the team and Garoppolo, who had gone from being a guy on the bench to a potential hero for this incredible team. Currently, they're sitting at the top of their division at 8-4. Next up, what happened after the game? According to the team's coach, Garoppolo's injury is pretty crushing, and it could change everything for the team. Kyle Shanahan didn't waste any time in announcing Garoppolo's broken foot and was completely open about the fact that he would need surgery and could miss the rest of the season. This is devastating news for Garoppolo, who has been having one of the most productive seasons of his career since joining the 49ers. Nobody expected him to lead the 49ers to the NFC West title while filling in for Trey Lance. However, after his injury, Brock Purdy took Jimmy's place as the quarterback. As we all know, they won. They did, however, weigh their options before announcing an official replacement. San Francisco knew they needed to act quickly after Jimmy Garoppolo was injured, and before they knew it, Josh Johnson was cut from the Broncos practice squad, according to ESPN. Johnson appeared in 4 games for the Jets and Ravens last season. Purdy's backup could be Jacob Eason, who was on the 49ers practice squad. Now for, is there any hope for Garoppolo and San Francisco now? The prognosis was bleak following Garoppolo's injury. Garoppolo was pretty sad at halftime of the Miami game, according to his teammates, and Shanahan said he left the stadium in the third quarter. However, excitement began to spread from Garoppolo's camp to the 49ers on Monday, as Shanahan said that Garoppolo attended a team meeting and was in good spirits. There was a lot of hope that Garoppolo's fracture was not a Lisfranc ailment, which can require a 6-month recovery period. Doctors were able to confirm this after running a lot of tests on Tuesday. It's great to see that Garoppolo took a lot of opinions about his injury. Moving on, let's get to know more about Brock Purdy. As we already talked about, after Trey Lance suffered a season-ending ankle injury, the 49ers turned to Jimmy Garoppolo early in the season. After Garoppolo suffered a season-ending injury against the Dolphins in Week 13, the team immediately moved to rookie Brock Purdy to take his place. Garoppolo was seen on the sidelines favoring his lower body after taking a sack on San Francisco's first drive of last Sunday's victory. He was then carried to the locker room after visiting the medical tent. Purdy swiftly filled in for him for the rest of the game. Purdy finished the game against the Dolphins by completing 25 of 37 passes for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Before this game, though, he had appeared in only 3 games as a rookie, completing 4 of 9 passes for 66 yards and an interception in a blowout loss to the Chiefs in Week 7. Purdy appears to have the coach's approval, as Kyle Shanahan came out and praised him after the game. Purdy made some big plays, which we can't deny were crucial to the victory. Coming up, what did the coach have to say about Purdy? Coach Shanahan of the San Francisco 49ers said that the way Purdy performed was simply admirable, especially when you consider the immense amount of pressure he was under during the heat of the battle. We have to say that he's absolutely correct because Brock Purdy pulled through for his team. Shanahan also added that he thought Brock did a hell of a job protecting the ball and not turning it over. He mentioned that the big plays were something he didn't think the rookie would be able to do. When asked how his team would react to the shocking Garoppolo news following Sunday's game, Shanahan even leaned into the Kurt Warner-like narrative of an unknown Iowa quarterback being thrust into the starting lineup unexpectedly. He quoted former Rams head coach Dick Vermeil, who said about Warner in 1999, "We rally around him and play good football." That's what the 49ers did. Followed by some background on Purdy. Brock Purdy is San Francisco's backup quarterback, having been promoted from third string to primary backup after Trey Lance's season-ending ankle injury on September 18th. With Lance out for the 2022 season, Garoppolo took over as the starter with Purdy right behind him in the number 2 spot. However, the former's injury is what pushed the rookie to the field. Purdy is in his first season with the 49ers after a 4-year career at Iowa State, in which he completed 993 of 1,467 passes, 67.7%, for 12,170 yards and 81 touchdowns to 33 interceptions. As a starter, he also led the Cyclones to a 30-17 record. Purdy was chosen as Mr. Irrelevant by the San Francisco 49ers in the 2022 NFL Draft. He went on to become the first Mr. Irrelevant selection to throw a regular season pass. It's crazy how things change. Moving on to Purdy's stats. Purdy had only appeared in 3 regular season games prior to Sunday's game, so he didn't have many stats to his name. Still, he became the first Mr. Irrelevant to complete a pass during the regular season. When you think about how he was thrust into the game unexpectedly, it's fair to say that Purdy had an excellent performance against the Dolphins. Against the Finns, the 22-year-old completed 25 of 37 passes for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Although it wasn't flawless, it was more than enough for the Niners to secure a historic victory over the Miami Dolphins, keeping them ahead of the Seahawks for the NFC West crown. Not to mention what the 49ers quarterback said about Tom Brady. The 49ers quarterback will make his first start against the Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady. This is his first full game as quarterback, and one of the things the rookie said about going up against Tom Brady has gone viral. 49ers quarterback said about Brady on Sunday night, "He's been playing football longer than I've been alive." That's an amazing observation and a crazy reality check for us football watchers. Brady's been playing for so long. Next, what else did he say? Brock Purdy seemed to play it cool when he was asked about starting a game against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He said it was pretty cool to have the chance to go up against the GOAT. When you think about it, it gets even crazier because Purdy and many kids like him grew up watching and idolizing Brady. To play against him is definitely proof that they've made it. Brock had a slight smile when he was talking about the whole thing, but he made sure not to let everyone know that he was overly excited for the game because to him, it's just going to be any other game. Same goes for the rest of the 49ers. Brock also thinks it's awesome that Tom Brady's coming and playing for his team, but added, "I'll be competing against those guys rather than Tom himself, but it's still exciting to have Tom Brady." Finally, let's look at the curse of starting quarterbacks and Tom Brady. Purdy will join Luke McCown, Matt Flynn, Tyler Palko, Jake Locker, E.J. Manuel, and Luke Falk as the 7th quarterback to make their first start in their career against Brady. While the other 6 teams all lost, Purdy may have the best chance because of a loaded roster that includes the league's top-ranked defense and an offense led by playmakers like Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Brandon Ayuk. He also has the drive and fearlessness that initially drew Kyle Shanahan to him. It looks like with this and his skill, he's set for the big game. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Brock Purdy? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.